Hey everybody, it's a beautiful Wednesday, June the 2nd. It's National Running Day, and it's time for the Wize Guys and Girl and Matt, sponsored by Zellers and the Zellers Restaurant, where the lowest price is the law. As always, let's start with Sir and the weather.
A wonderful Wednesday indeed. Currently 19 degrees, working our way up to a high of only 21 today, but sunny skies throughout, and it looks like it's going to be a wet end to the week.
You keep saying that, sir.
That just keeps pushing it one day further. Get the rain down the road a little bit.
All right.
And you know what? Let's do a random daily shout out to shoes. Of course, as they say, never criticize a man until you walk the mile in his shoes. That way, when he's good and angry, you'll be a mile away and he'll be shoeless.
Like Joe Jackson, the famous singer.
Right. A head shake from...
That doesn't work so well in Holland with the wooden shoes. It tends to be a bit slow.
Well, you can't make a quiet getaway that way. Angry Chef used to wear clogs in the kitchen all the time.
Really?
Yeah. So the kids always had could get a good running start on him when he flipped something over. All right, well, we'll jog your memory that the first Wednesday in June celebrates National Running Day. The day was designed as a way for runners to reaffirm their passion for running and for beginners to make life-changing commitment to running. You know, for some, running is a daily routine. Dogs make great running companions. Not only do they get exercise, but you get your exercise too. And what's the difference between a man running and a dog running? Well, a man wears trousers and a dog pants. We're all familiar with the habit of dogs to run in circles, but do you know why they run in circles? It's because running in squares is so difficult. And remember this great wisdom. If you run at 11 p.m., you are a night person. If you run at 5 a.m., you are a morning person. And if you run at 3 a.m., you're a suspicious person. All right, it is time for Tunes with Tamik. Tamik, what are we listening to today? I'm thinking you're going with Born to Run.
I knew you thought I was going to go with that. I'm going with the opposite. I'm actually going with Run DMC.
Oh
yeah,
man.
I knew I got you. And I'm looking through the catalog. With Run DMC, thankfully, because it was early stages of hip-hop, if you wanted to get played on the regular people's radio, you couldn't use profanity and you had to be really careful with your lyrics. And so they're a pretty good choice, their early stuff.
Yep.
They actually have a song called Hard Times. And I looked at the lyrics and I said, oh, this is interesting. Verse 1. This was done in 1983, right? This is when the song was released. Hard times spreading just like the flu.
Oh.
So, homeboy, don't let it catch you. Prices go up. Don't let your pocket go down. When you got short money, you're stuck on the ground. Turn around, get ready, keep your eye on the clock, and be on point for the future shock. I'm like, okay, so you wrote the song. We should have listened to it because literally here we are.
Foreshadowing.
Like the whole song is foreshadowing. But it is a great song, and again, what I love about hip hop is storytelling, right? So, I don't know if y'all remember the early '80s in New York. I was there visiting family. New York was very interesting, circa 1983 to 1985. There was a lot going on. So, you know that what they're speaking about is something that they were actually living. But take a look at that song, Hard Times, Run DMC. Actually really, really is a motivating song, just talking about just keep going, stay the course, and talking about, hard times are not new, but you just keep having to push through. So that is my pick for today, Run DMC, Hard Times, a classic group with some classic music. And thank goodness when I can safely put on air.
Tamik, all this running is making me tired. I really wish you picked Walk Away.
Okay, I'm gonna another classic song, right? So
and we got an early dollar at the restaurant from Ventura. All right, well, it is time for Ventures with Ventura. Ventura, what have you got for us today?
I decided to go with a famous athlete, a famous sprinter, and no, I'm not talking about Forrest Gump, right?
And sure get some
Athlete and Forrest Gump. Ah, okay.
Run, Forrest, run! So I'm going with it's Wednesday's reach. I'm going with the autobiography of the world's fastest human. That's Usain Bolt, and it's Usain Bolt Faster Than Lightning. It's autobiography. So I think most people alive know Usain Bolt. Whether you are an athlete or not, whether you are into sports or not, chances are you know the guy. The fastest man on the planet, not just now, forever, right? Won the hearts of people everywhere with his mind-blowing performances and his infectious charisma. So go check his book. It outlines his story from his start in Jamaica to his international performances in Beijing and London. So that's when it's Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive, faster than lightning. That's it.
Awesome. A lightning read.
Yeah, but earlier on in his career, they offered him. I think it was discussed that he could go into the NFL as one of those
Receivers.
Yeah,
Or a kick returner for sure.
yeah. He was pretty quick though. I think he's still quick. He retired pretty early, right? Like he was 30 when he decided that's it.
Oh wow. There was a guy who was waiting in line with Usain Bolt, and then he jumped right in front of him. He was known as a local bolt cutter.
Oh God, Jay.
Oh yeah.
I could tell that you came up with that one just now.
That might have needed a bit more time to percolate.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, in the meantime, let's get to this week's edition of The Sizzler, where our own Vice Principal Botnick and our special guest, Matt Schulman, Quote Machine, work together to earn a gift certificate to the Zellers restaurant. Matt, how you doing today?
Can we start with an easier question?
Yeah, I'm afraid we used up all our material in the pre-show today, I guess. All right, well, today, gentlemen, you will earn valuable Zellers restaurant dollars based on your responses' accuracy, creativity, and how much they amuse the wise guys and girl, and an extra $1 each time you get Venturo to laugh out loud. In my hand, I have a list of questions about running. So let's get a running start on your partner's answer, and don't leave them in your dust. Question 1. Do you think your half-marathon personal best is good? German Akim Aret set the world record for fastest half-marathon in 2009. What was special about his run? Matt Schulman.
He wore only lederhosen.
The chafing
Wow.
there.
And it took a half hour to put the fire out. Vice Principal Botnick.
I think he did it in an Audi.
Did he have an innie or an Audi? I'm not sure which one. I don't think we ever knew that. We're going to start off with a good $4. Dude ran it backwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, don't you remember the story of the woman at the Boston Marathon? Like, she ducked out after, like, the first turn, jumped in a cab, then rejoined later in the race and, like, totally rocked the time.
Rosie Ruiz. Right?
A
little bit
not so far off.
A little bit of foreshadowing there. For question number 2, the winner of the 1904 marathon had an advantage that no one knew about until much later. What was it? It's Principal Botnick.
It was a strict diet of baked beans and pickled eggs.
Oh.
Competition was blown away, if you catch my drift.
Oh my! That's good for a $4 bacon and grease meal at the Skillet. Vice Principal Matt Schulman.
Thanks for the promotion.
Well, welcome to the team.
He started running in 1903.
Oh, that's
A slow burn.
slow burn. Slow burn. Just like the toast at the Zellers restaurant. Yeah, this is where the foreshadowing came in. He did most of it by car. So I don't think it didn't.
Ford, however,
It didn't say that he ran a marathon. It said that he completed the marathon.
As if it wasn't in the rules.
No kidding. That's some very interesting table tennis rules, by the way, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. Question number 3. Complete the following sentence. The most coveted running-related world record was a 5-minute, 4-second mile. Completed. Vice Principal Botnick.
The most coveted running-related world record was a 5-minute, 4-second mile completed. Period. I got that.
No, I'm not going to say it. I thought long and hard. I'm not going to say
no, nothing.
it. But that's still worth $3.
punctuation is always valued here on this program.
At Schulman.
Completed in Helsinki when they reached the finish line.
Well done.
Oh, nice. Nice. We like a geographical reference.
Spent $3 plus a bonus $1 for double use of the word finish. This one was a beer mile. He consumed 4 Cooper's beer, including one with an uncooperative cat. How about that? You know why you can't take a nap during a race, right? If you snooze, you lose. Right. I hope that makes up for the bolt cutter. All right. Well, it is Wednesday. It's time for Wednesday's words.
Sprinterlude. That's when you have a human and a car interaction, and you say, "Oh, what do you mean by that, principal officer?" Well, I'll give you an illustration. The man who runs behind a car gets exhausted. A man who runs in front of a car gets tired. And a man who sits in the car is driven.
No.
Oh. All right, everybody. Well, we're gonna. We're going to take our $25 down to the Zeller's restaurant and enjoy a great feast of baked beans and baked everything. Pickled eggs. Oh my. Separate booths, of course. That is it for us, everyone. Thanks to our fans and friends for sticking with us. Have a great Wednesday. We are the Wise Guys and Girl and Matt, leaving you smarter and happier than you were yesterday.